Hi, my name is Zouyang Ma. I'm a master student at the Institute of Automation, Chinese Academic of Sciences, and I will now present our paper, Open Vocabulary One-Stage Detection with Hierarchical Zero Language Knowledge Distillation. Let's first introduce the definition of the Open Vocabulary Object Detection task. On the left is the commonly general object detection. The categories to be detected during test have been all seen in training. The middle is the open world object detection. No categories will appear during test. We need to recognize these null objects and label them as unknown. On the right is the open vocabulary object detection. Null categories will also appear during test, which not only need to be recognized but also accurately classified. There has been some works exploring open vocabulary object detection by transferring knowledge from the zero language tree model, which is a simple but effective idea and has also achieved the current best performance. However, performing similar knowledge distillation on two-stage detectors such as fast assay and one-stage detector such as YOLO has a significant performance gap. First, we have proved that proposals from RPN can cover null categories. However, the positive samples of the one-stage detectors can only cover the base categories. To compensate for the inherent disadvantage of one-stage method, we propose a weakly supervised distillation method for implicitly learning null categories by aligning captions and feature maps. Since the captions contain massive categories, so each category needs to be learned to match the caption well, thus achieving the goal of learning null categories. Here is the overview of our method. For instance level distillation, the aim is to minimize the distance between the features of positive samples and the clip zero embeddings of the cropped regions. The global level distillation aggregates all feature maps to directly align with the captions by cross-attention. The pipeline of global level distillation is shown in the figure. The text is encoded by the text encoder of the tree model, and the feature maps in different LPN layers of the detector are evenly divided into patches to obtain patch representations through mixed polling. Then we will aggregate patch features to text-aware global zero features through cross-attention. Finally, we use contrastive learning to learn to match the image caption pairs. In ablation experiments, we can see that the choice of submodels has a significant impact on global level distillation. The effectiveness of each distillation model and the compatibility between the different distillation modules. In addition, it can be seen that our method performs poor on small objects. By comparing with the existing methods, we can see that our method significantly outperforms best one-stage method and narrows the gap with the best two-stage method. We also give some specific detection examples. It can be seen that in most cases, the detector can recognize and locate null objects well. There are also some imperfect situations, mainly many species in that detection boxes are not well aligned with the age of the objects. In addition, the failure cases mainly occur when judging objects with similar appearance. In conclusion, we explore weakly supervised global level language to zero knowledge distillation method, and we combine the previous instance level and the proposed global level distillation to form a hierarchical distillation framework. And on this basis, the proposed detector achieves the current best performance. Thanks for listening.